Hey, Shalom, Israel, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, love to give all praise, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakodash, Shalaki. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who's taught us this 100% truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. And shalom to the Akim pushing truth and sincerity. And shalom to the sincere Aquafter who out there watching and learning. It's your brother Yakar from the GMS Columbus Camp. This is another lesson through the Spirit, through the Rakakodash. And I'm just going into Esau, man, and his blessing. I've done a little research and I've been watching a few videos on America, and their military capabilities, and the one thing that stood out to me was their spending, So I got just a quick Google overview on how much America spends on their military. So I'm just read this real quick through the Spirit. Says in 2023, the U.S. spent approximately $820.3 billion on national defense, which represented about 13.3% of the total federal budget. This includes spending on personnel, equipment, research and development, and operating costs. The U.S. military's budget is significantly higher than that of any other country. For the 2024 fiscal year, the Department of Defense requested $842 billion, a 2.6% increase. And then just to go over these key takeaways real quick. 2023 spending $820.3 billion. Share of federal budget approximately 13.3%. 2024 request $842 billion, a 2.6% increase. Global comparison, the U.S. spends more on defense than any other nation. See? And I was just watching a video, just going into where their money goes and how it's spent. And man, it shows a great deal of the scriptures, man, and it shows how Esau he's using his blessing, man, rightfully so, But that's his blessing, man. The fatness of the earth and the sword, man. You see, and that's why they boast in their military might, And even though America, their population is not as vast as their rivals, such as China and Russia, their personnel still sits pretty close with them, while America, I believe, has 300 million people. Their military personnel, active personnel, sits at around, I believe it's 1.3 million people. And then China and Russia, they're sitting at about 1.4. And India's, I believe, is including that as well, 1.4 million people. You know what I'm saying? And those are rough numbers, but pretty close. So America definitely boasts in their military capabilities, and rightfully so. So I just want to get some scriptures to back this up, man, and just get the understanding that, this is their blessing, man, and, this is what they do, and they're going to continue to be this way until the Lord brings them down at the end of the day. You see? It's Genesis 27. I'm going to start at verse 38. It's Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of the heaven from above. You see that? And if you read in the NLT, it says, finally his brother Isaac said to him, you will live away from the richness of the earth and away from the dew of the heaven above. See? So Esau's blessing is the riches, man, So that's a huge reason why Esau is able to, America is able to boast in their military power. All right, there's a reason why he's able to have Matter of fact, let's do this real quick. Sheesh. U.S. gold reserves. Let's see here. The U.S. gold reserve of over 8,000 tons is higher than Germany and Italy's gold reserves combined. And you see, America is the top leader in gold reserves. You see, so Esau, he's sitting on a lot of money, man. You know, he's came through and wrecked things, man. You know, and I'm gonna go into it here. And verse 40, Genesis 27, verse 40 says, "And by the sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck." You see that? So Esau lives by the sword, man. And I was talking with this guy at work earlier today, you know, just going into, you know, different little topics, you know, the state of black, so-called black people, you know, etc. Just going into certain topics, you know, and one thing that came up was, you know, just, you know, fighting, you know, the fighting, you know, military, you know, money, you know, and what I mentioned to him was like, man, you know, fear drives, you know, and that's why it's important to have a great deal of fear in the Lord, because it keeps you in a upright position, you know. But when you pay attention to the world also, you know, fear has ruled this world as well. You know, a lot of nations fear America. You know, a lot of nations fear even Russia, you know, etc. All these different nations, they fear them because of their military might. You know, the people are in fear of these certain wars breaking out. You see, and even you can even take it to a lower level and just think about, you know, the so-called gangs that are running around in the streets. You see, what drives them and puts them in certain positions is because a lot of people fear them. You know, of course, there's always that bold one that'll show up and be willing to risk it all against this great superpower, whoever it may be. But fear drives, man, and America has been able to instill a great level of fear within the people. So in that regard, he's used that, and they've used that and capitalized off it and increased in their riches, man. You see? So now I wanna, with that being said, I wanna go let's see. Habakkuk 2:5. Habakkuk 2:5, I'm gonna read it in NLT. It says, "Wealth is treacherous, and the arrogant are never at rest. They open their mouths as wide as the grave, and like death, they are never satisfied. In their greed, they have gathered up many nations and swallowed many peoples." And that's Esau in a nutshell, man. I tell you, because when I was, like I said, I was talking with this guy at work today, you know, and you know, he mentioned to me, you know, a lot of these Edomites, man, that are rich and wealthy, you know, they don't really take much time to so-called relax and enjoy their labor. You know, Jake get a certain amount of money, you know, they ready to sit down and chill out and just live off their little money, go take this trip, that trip, do this, do that. And that's not to say Esau's not doing the same, but, you know, Esau is on the clock day in and day out, you know, thinking about more ways to get money, more ways to keep the people blind, more ways to do his wickedness, man, and increase his pockets. All right. You know, and you know, another thing that I've been looking into a little bit, you know, is just, you know, the underground cities, the bunkers, all that type of stuff, man. You know, and I mentioned to the dude as well, like, man, you know, there's a lot of stuff that we really don't know that's going on in this world, man. All right. You know what I'm saying? Through the spirit, we see it, but, you know, a lot of people are blind to the facts, man, and don't believe that things are as deep as they seem, you know. So, you know, it's not hard to believe that there are, you know, deep underground bunkers and a whole lot more than what we believe, you see. Like a lot of these things they have set up because they know the scriptures and they know that eventually this war, that great war is going to break out, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to come back, man, and they're going to try to do what they can to survive and make it through the nuclear winners, etc. You see, we know even through the scriptures, damn, I forget that scripture, man. But it's like if Jake watches video, he can, Lord willing, put it in the comment section. The scripture that speaks about we binding up the leftovers and putting them in chains, man. You know what I'm saying? Getting them out of the mountains, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna be trying to be hidden away. You see, and ultimately it's set up by the Lord, because at the end of the day, these nations have to go into captivity, right? So there has to be some of them left alive in order to bring back their children, so they can be put in captivity as well. You see. But all these things are systematically set up, man. All right. But yeah, man, Esau, he's greedy, man, and he's gonna continue to work up these things. And matter of fact, I wanna grab this. Let's see. Yep, it's a spirit. Psalms 36, verse 4, it says, he deviseth mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorreth not evil. You see, he despises not evil, man. He loves evil, man. Evil. Esau loves evil, man. All right. It's all part of Esau's agenda. All right. At the end of the day, and that's just his MO, evil. All right. So he's taking his riches. All right, and he's using them to his advantage, and rightfully so. That's what he's supposed to do. You know what I mean? But of course, you know what I'm saying, the Lord is going to deal with him for that, man. All right. But like I said, he devises mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself in the way that is not good. Esau is up day in and day out working on what he can do next, man. What else can he do to fatten his pockets? What other nation can he infiltrate to steal their money, steal their riches, steal their resources? All right. What more can he do to oppress Jake? What more can he do to hypnotize Jake? All right, because our people are 100% hypnotized, man. All right, our people think that they are in a higher position than they are. You see, our people have bowed down unto Esau, and Esau knows exactly what to do to get our people to bow down. But yet our people will think they're in such a greater position, but they've been set up. You see. So Esau is very, very smart, very crafty. All right. Matter of fact, since I said that, gotta grab that, bring back a classic. Yep, Psalm 83, verse 3 says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones, man. See, Esau is smart. Esau is an artist with what he has, man. He's an artist with his blessing, man. You see? And that's why Esau don't get no rest, man. You see, because they're constantly working up things. What's my next move? What's my next move? What am I going to do next? Who am I going to oppress next? What's my next money move? You see? That's why America has these gold reserves in abundance. You see? They have these things in abundance. How? You see? They went and infiltrated all these different nations and took over, man. And they got gold reserves with USA's name on it and your country. You see what I mean? So Esau is smart, man. Babylon the Great, man. You see? Very smart, man. Very, very, very crafty at what they do. You see? Now, Lord willing, let me grab this. Job 20. Because eventually, soon enough, man, the Lord is going to cast all these down. All right, it's not Esau's not going to be able to live up to this standard for much longer. All right, so they boast in all these things now, and they live up to this name, this great name, the greatest military power. Like I said, rightfully so. It's prophecy, you see, but this is prophecy as well, man. You will be brought down. All right. You will not be up on that pedestal for much longer. All right, it wasn't meant to last forever, and that's why. And real quick, before I grab that, I want to grab this. Real quick, Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is coming down unto you, having great wrath, because you know that he hath but a short time. So Esau is definitely going to ramp up on the things that he has going on, and just trying to fulfill himself, trying to fill his belly, man. All right, trying to get as much out of this place as he can. You see, because he knows that eventually this world is going to be cast down. All right, he knows he's not going to be able to reign forever. You see, and he thinks that his military might and all these things are going to be able to save him, but it won't be. All right, this place is through, man. Okay, and at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. It's over with. All right, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is going to be the one to take you down, man. All right, to the fullest, man, and this land is going to be no more in remembrance. All right, but it's Job 20. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to start at 22. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. See that? When Esau think he's about to reach his peak, when he think he's about to capitalize on everything that he set out to do, the Lord is going to rain on his parade, man. All right? All the nations are going to rise up against him, man. All right? So at the end of the day, man, while Esau and America and all the other wicked and heathen nations as well, but predominantly Esau, man, and America, man, see, this land is going to be cast down, all right, for the wickedness that it has pushed upon this world. You see, because this America juice has been pumped out across the globe, all right, and a lot of people, a lot of nations have taken fashion of this place, man, all right. So you eat of this, you drink of this cup of America, you gotta die with it, man. All right, simple as that, you know. But that's pretty much it, man. I said just looking into, you know, Esau and America and their military and their spending and all that, man, and it's very heavy, you know, and everything that goes on in this world is going on in the scriptures, man, you know. But with that little one, that was edifying. I give all praise, honor, glory again unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakodash. Double honors again to the elders and apostles, great meal, so I want to say shalom, blah, blah, blah.